Hi and welcome to another video with Vera the Hardets.
And in this episode, we are headed to Bali.
Now we haven't done an episode for a while, but we thought we'd do a special one as we head off to Bali for a week to meet up with some of our friends.
This was in the airport.
Tess never, she always finds animals wherever they are. If there's llamas at an airport, Tess will find them.
So this is just us travelling through KL on our way to Bali. We had about 5 hours to kill.
As you can see, no business class this trip, very much Air Asia, but it was actually a pretty good flight over, I would say.
Yeah, and then we landed in Bali quite late. It was delayed, so we did arrive a little bit later than we expected, and we had a long drive to the most amazing villa that we will be spending the week at.
It's always kind of fun turning up to a new country at night. You can kind of get glimpses of what things are like, but you can't quite grab onto the sense of it until you wake up the next day. So I think I really enjoyed it. I mean, we ended up in these little suburbs, as you can see, with houses and just really narrow streets, but really interesting.
This was the first time for all three of us to go to Bali, and it was actually Luke's 20th country, so that was a milestone for him.
Although given how late it was, I'm not sure he really appreciated it at this moment.
No, he didn't. He was hungry, he was upset, and he just wanted to go to bed.
At this point we were greeted by this just incredible archway into the villa over a pond full of koi fish, and they also had a full dinner waiting for us.
Now it's about 9:30 local time, and we just had the most amazing dinner. The team was still awake waiting for us. We felt very special.
And even more special when we wake up the next morning to actually see where we were.
It was amazing.
To give you some context, we had this whole villa just to ourselves and our friends, and it was absolutely incredible.
We hadn't actually seen our friends yet, so we were all very excited to actually meet up for breakfast. Well, coffee for some of us, but breakfast. We also hadn't seen our friends in 4 years?
Not properly. We've caught up with them briefly, but for an actual hangout, it's been a very long time, so we were very excited.
So us girls have seen each other, the guys had seen each other, but as a group and family combined, it had been a very long time.
Really hard to capture in a video, this whole area. You can see there's a small river stream that runs through. Across the way you can see moss-covered stairs that go up to an altar, and then we have an infinity pool, which the kids loved, of course.
So did the adults. And then the adults went out the next day for a kid-free date
to our very first beach club that Tess and I have ever been to.
Yes. So our friends had told us about it, and they booked a VIP, I'm going to say, it's not a cabana, but bed beside the lap pool, and it was just the best experience. I highly recommend it.
It's also the first time we'd actually sort of seen a bit of Bali, apart from just going through narrow streets and buildings, so it was great for it just to open up and see the beach and the waves, and they were just, you can't really see them, but they were like dozens, maybe hundreds of kites in the air, way up in the air.
Really high up
really
in the
high.
air. I've never seen anything like it before.
And then, of course, there was sunset.
We sat here pretty much the entire day.
I think it was about 8 hours we sat there. Only to go back to the villa and then wake up to this.
This flamingo became our friend.
And part of the reason we ended up here is because our friends had organised, influencers,
Content creators.
and they'd organised, so we actually had to do some content creation, which was kind of fun.
It was nice to get a glimpse into the world of content creation. It is hard.
As beautiful as this floating breakfast is that they organised for us, by the time we got all the photos and the videos that we needed, it was very cold, but still very good, and still all very fun.
And the photos looked amazing.
That's not a stunt double, that is Tess. Then I was off taking the kids to another beach club, which is very family friendly, and obviously having pools in the middle, so the adults could just relax, and we weren't there for very long.
But it was still heaps of fun.
Yeah.
This view just never got old.
It turned out to be a pretty typical morning, just getting up, and then we would go and meet in this sort of pavilion, I guess. Carl, who's a coffee maniac, would always be making us hand grinding and then making us all a coffee, which we loved.
Oh, it was so good. Luke pretty much lived in his underpants.
We also had a yoga instructor come out one morning, and Tess joined in with that. It was just basically, was it just you and Tracy?
And Carl came along, and it was the first time I've ever done yoga. It's also really hard. These are the stairs that go to nowhere. Well, I mean, they go to down to this creek, river.
I believe a long time ago there used to be a bit of a bridge that went across, but it got washed out over time, and they just haven't replaced it. This is the path from our villa down towards the gym, which is also, I guess, the exercise room.
The yoga centre. It's a beautiful room. It has the most amazing doors that you can enter through.
Also just incredible wildlife around here, birds and all kinds of lizards and creatures, and it was great. Fun for Tess.
We had a very cool frog come and join us one night.
This is heading out once again for just an adult date out in Bali to a place called School.
If you're in Bali, you have to make a reservation and come here for sunset. The vibe is really nice. The staff are super friendly, but the sunset views you get from this corner are just some of the best I've ever experienced.
And again, as we just finished up part 1 of our Bali series, it was just incredible to be here for the first time, and particularly incredible to be with our friends who just made it 100 times better than if just
Yeah,
been on
I
our
get
own.
teary thinking about it. It was epic. It was one of the best weeks of our lives.
But we'll see you next week with another video.